everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Blade Podcast. I am one of your 3 co-hosts, Tri-State EDC. Below me is Richie of Knife Honors fame, and that over there is Brian of Transparent.
We're back
Transparent
again.
Knives.
Actually, again we're back.
So
yeah,
we recorded.
Cole basically ruined the whole thing.
It's all my fault. My computer quite literally exploded. Right, we hit the 45-minute mark. Podcast was pretty much done. Things happen. So we're back. We're going to do this again. So real quick, what's new? Richie, what's new, man? New car?
So, new car. Got a 2012 Volkswagen Passat. Been
Beautiful.
working on brush handles for Alpha Shaving Co. And then we've got the Revenant fixed blades I'm also working on. So these are going to be available very soon on our page.
And that's the first AEBL one, right?
Yes, this is the first AEBL one. So
for the people who wanted a stainless version, there you go.
Yes. And then, I heat treated, I believe, 18 blanks at Sanford. So I will have quite a few. I know, it was ridiculous.
Big batch.
How long were you there heat treating?
So I did temper them at my house. So it wasn't too bad. I don't know, maybe 4 hours, 5 hours.
That's true. Tempering is most of the time, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then also clips for the chopped 20.5s for you, Brian.
Heck
so this is the prototype. So they're going to be hidden hardware. This is my first time doing that, but everything went good with this titanium one. So those will be coming as well.
Looks good. Looks clean.
And that's pretty much it, other than just the usual with orders that I'm trying to get out the door.
Yeah, we're both trying to catch up on book spots and stuff. Just get ahead of schedule, hopefully someday.
Hope maybe someday.
Hopefully, probably someday. Unlikely.
Unlikely. In 2026, you'll get caught up. I have faith.
Did you get any new knives, like personal knives?
No. So the only one, I mean, really, how often do I get fucking personal knives? But I did get that Shaman that you convinced me to buy.
Oh.
But this is just going to be modded and sold. So
what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Ultim. It's the PP Shaman, bro.
Crazy Ultim scales.
Yeah, Ultim and then M4 blade. So I got it and it did have a detent play, but I happened to have a spare set of liners and that fixed it. So that's sweet.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
are those the skinny scales?
Yes, they are.
Dude,
how much did you
And
get that for again?
MXG clip.
Yeah.
175, which is absolutely insane.
That's
what?
like a $300+ knife.
Yeah. With
Yeah,
the
so
scales and the
Brian, he video chatted me and was like, dude, there's like an Ultim Shaman up for what I think is really cheap. And then I was like, oh, sweet. Are you going to buy it? And he's like, no, but you should.
Yeah, I was like, dude, buy it.
I can't.
Yeah, because like we said before in the last podcast, in the first podcast episode, Richie likes deals. That's when he buys.
Bro, we're
stuff.
wheelers and dealers. You can't be mad at us for that.
I message Richie all the time. I'm like, yo, this knife is like so cheap, you can buy it. Like, it's cheap, it's a good deal.
I have no interest in it, but it's a good deal, so I have to fucking buy it.
The businessman in Richie's like, oh, it's an investment. Yes.
What about you, Cole? What do you have
I finally got my mini old guard Warney from Monterey Bay. Big fan of it. It's all dirty and smudgy because I've been using it, but huge fan. I love the old guard. This is my 3rd one. I need to get a Sea Snake eventually, maybe if they ever make a Warney.
Those are cool though. Like you really don't see ZDP 189.
Yeah, dude. Like at like 67 HRC is what they run these at, or some shit. I mean,
yeah.
It's excellent. You gotta love it. I finally got an Ahab. I've been talking about it for ages. I finally grabbed one. All of my knives are fucking disgusting. I apologize.
You should see Lindy's.
Niche designs, ARPM9. Love this thing, dude. I love the thumb studs too. They're like watch turners, like the watch wheel. You know what I'm talking about?
Do they work well? Like I've never actually handled.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It's great. The detent's so good. It's a great knife. Big fan of that one. What else?
It's interesting. Like the Ahab to me, it does not look that appealing, but people say it works really well.
Really? What about it? I just think it's cool looking. That's why I bought it. Titanium clip, titanium backspacer too for under $60.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You know,
a polarizing design.
I do like harpoons, but I personally do not like that one.
Really?
Well, because it's a broad bladed harpoon. I like slim harpoons.
You guys are weird. You guys are fucking weird.
I like my harpoon to be slim so it can penetrate.
I need that nice slim poon. I need the fine slim
slim
poon. Do you understand?
Slim poon.
The finest, slimmest poon for me. I finally got the new pin in from Tactile Turn. This is the Deep Space with however the fuck they did this like galaxy pattern on it.
Are you super into pens or just tactile pens?
I'm a huge pin guy, so I collected fountain pens for like 5 years before I got into knives.
Oh,
So
okay.
my fountain pen collection rivals my pocket knife collection, and that's saying a lot because last episode we talked about how big my knife collection is.
Yeah.
My
You have a
fountain pen
good,
collection is just as expensive and just as many.
You got good handwriting?
I used to be really big into like, fancy calligraphy and stuff like that. I'm out
I
of
just feel
practice.
like if you're gonna have like thousands of dollars of pens, you got to be
For
able to like write decently. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. When I really want to, I can clean it up.
No,
baby.
dude, that's why you buy the pens to make you write better.
Yeah. It's like a cheat code. It's like a cheat code, dude.
Oh,
for sure.
is that how it works? Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on.
And then just this morning, I unboxed the new Tempest knives prototype. Kubi made. This is the Tempest Microburst, which is by far and away my favorite looking Tempest design.
Is there a mega burst?
Who knows? Maybe he'll make one. So, do you know what a microburst is?
No.
So, a microburst is like a sudden and extreme storm. That's what a microburst
Really?
is. Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with like space or something.
Nope. Nope. It's a meteorological term. But
I
yeah,
didn't
it's
know
great.
It was like an actual term. Yeah, that's cool now.
14C, big old gnarly sheep's
Oh,
foot.
that makes sense. Tempest knives, storm.
Tempest knives, microburst. Yeah, you see.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of makes the name cooler to me now.
Yeah.
I still think
yeah.
the knife looks kind of basic though.
It is. It's a basic budget knife, $80, 88 bucks, something like that. But really nice micarta. Kubi nailed it. The detent's really, really good. Super snappy. So a great budget knife. Big fan. Casey's a knife guy and a nice guy. But that's it as far as new arrivals go. Oh, and the Reme, the weird budget Quigmig knife thing.
Oh yeah, quick.
9CR 18. 9CR, what is it? 9CR 18?
Yeah, 9CR 18. Yeah.
Cheap, $35, something like that on Amazon. They reached out and said, hey, check it out. And I was like, okay, shit. It's not ugly. It's a nice knife. Full flat grind. Thumb studs, flipper, action's killer. Really well built. No gripes.
Actually, so I think the last personal knife I bought was that Hogue Deca, which I have it, haven't put the scales on it, and haven't carried it yet. So
Yeah, but this I would put on immediately as soon as I got it.
yeah, I don't know why I haven't.
Yeah, so one thing I'm curious about, like when you look at like, because that's a Chinese company, right? The Rene.
Oh, very much so.
What do you think about Chinese companies that like? So people always laugh at Chinese companies when they pick very Chinese names, right?
Sure. Quigmig
But
was
then
their last name.
I think when people pick non-Chinese names,
French?
they also feel like they're trying to pretend to not be Chinese.
Yes.
Like Rene, are you trying to be French? Like, what's going on there, right? Like
Reme?
so I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. I think that I would prefer that they don't pick like a French sounding name and they just pick like a normal name. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, their previous name was Quigmig, so future me, put the word Quigmig on the screen. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So how is that spelled? Like how it sounds?
QYG all one
It's
word.
worse than I thought. It's worse.
It might be Kigmig. I don't know.
I thought it'd be spelled like QUI, like Quidditch.
Yeah.
No, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Well, that's irredeemable, but glad they changed it. As for me, I had a bunch of stuff going on in terms of the collection. So I received the Sabenza 21 small from Parker. Great,
Hey.
it was awesome. I sold it immediately.
Why?
I just like I'm not patient enough to wait 6 to 7 months to get a Magna Cut reblade. That's what I realized.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason I got. I don't want the crappy S35 VN. Like CRK S35 VN is truly awful. The S45 VN is great. The Magna Cut is great. The S35 VN was poo poo, and that's just a fact.
Interesting. Didn't know that. I learned
so-
something new today.
Yeah. Because people are always like, oh, well, Chris Reeve helped develop S35VN, so it's like great. And I'm just like, well, no. So it's sort of like, it's sort of be like if the person who invented like 440C and then ran it at like 55, it's like it doesn't matter.
Just because
invent-
you made it doesn't mean you make it the best, okay?
Yeah, no, for reals, for real. So there's that. I also, in terms of knives that are leaving the collection, I talked about this already before we lost all the podcast. I am selling the Shirogorov F3R because it's just too big. That's the only reason.
It's a
just too-
big knife, dude. That's
I would
huge
love-
sell
knife.
that.
I want a liner lock, smaller, like a neon liner lock that has like a cooler blade shape. Not full flat, just a partial, almost full flat, but like with that swedge and stuff.
Dude, just chop it.
Problem solved.
And then I talked about this as well. This is the Romano Dino slip joint. I won this on Knife Raffle. It was valued at $1,050, and I entered for $30 of spots and won it.
You
But
gambling man.
it would not sell for $1,050 when I posted it on Facebook, so I dropped the price to $950, and now it's going to be sold this week because someone wants to buy it once they get their paycheck. Which is a funny thing because someone was just telling me before, like, hey, people aren't going to buy knives that expensive, like right when the month is ending, because it's like it's almost the end of January. So
Bills
apparently
are
you're
due,
supposed
baby.
to wait. Yeah, you're supposed to wait until after bills to put expensive knives up for sale. That's like common knowledge, apparently. I'm not.
Interesting. I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
I
I
never
never
thought
did
about
either because I don't pay bills. Haha. But yeah.
Wow.
So.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go cry in a corner now, dude.
Not your parents' corner though. See.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shut up, dude.
I lent out the Pena X Apache, so that's out right now. I loaned it to Kev so he could review it because he's into slip joints. And he'd never handled.
Yeah, the
like,
K390 one.
Yeah, he's only basically handled like every Jack Wolf and like barely any other slip joints. So I loaned him my Pena Apache. So that's all in terms of knives that are going out. In terms of knives that are coming in, I got the Imamba, which I
Yeah.
modified. Love this knife. I
Tell
did a
the
flipper
people what
delete.
you did to it. Tell them what you did.
Yeah, so
to
I
it.
did a flipper delete, although you can get it flipper deleted from factory. But the reason I got a flipper one and then deleted it is because I got it on the secondary for super cheap. Because the table's $450 and I got this for $375. So I'm like, yeah,
Holy shit! Well done.
I was like, I'll delete the flipper myself, right? Because I didn't want the flipper anyway. And then I added thumb studs because I think the detent is very suited for thumb studs. But yeah, I just want to show this on camera. And obviously, people who are just listening can't see this, but it is so smooth all the way throughout the trial of the knife. It is so smooth and the detent's nice and clicky.
It's so good. I
I
love
love this knife. I did also make the sharpening choil a little bit bigger. Well, actually, a lot bigger, more than I probably should
It's
have.
like a finger choil now, dude.
Yeah, it is I can put my whole finger in there because my fingers aren't even that big. So yeah, works great actually. But yeah,
Everyone
so
did.
I love this knife. I think it's a keeper. I really do. I think it's a keeper. And then
Yeah, I
I
love
just
it.
bought a Skiff Drifter today for $600, which is a screaming deal. I mean, the way I see it, like I have a $950 slip joint and a $525 F3R going out. So a $600 knife coming
Yeah,
in is not unreasonable.
I think
Whatever,
you
dude.
purge more than anybody else that I know.
I need to
I don't
purge.
think people want to. It's funny. I actually just posted a YouTube, my second video to YouTube, like while we were on break, and Cole was fixing his computer.
Yeah.
That video was a video I shot earlier today about my whole knife collection, and it's like literally only like 5 knives.
God, I lose 5 knives a day. I'm like,
Have
where
you
is
ever
it?
done
Where
one?
did I put that?
Wait, Cole, have you ever done one of those? Like my entire knife collection video?
It would be like 2 hours long.
People do that though. Have you seen Stasa's? It's like 4 separate videos.
I do. Those are my favorite videos. I don't really watch knife related videos anymore because I overdid it. But like, I love the collection videos.
So
Those are
what
my
I've-
favorite ones.
Yeah, sorry.
What I've been doing with mine is I'll break it down by brand. So I've done all of my button locks, brand or type. So I've done like all my Warncliffes, all my button locks, all my Protex. So I'm trying to like break mine into like chunks so people can search it. You know, they're like, oh, I want to see all
No,
the cool
do your
Spydercos.
whole knife collection all at once. No, I'm not even kidding. Like people love that shit.
It would
just
take
do
so
like
long.
did you
puss.
see like Neves, Metal Complex, Nick Shabazz? They all do their entire knife collection video, and every time they start their video saying, "This is my most requested video." So that's how I started my video too. I was like, "This is my single most requested video," and then I was like, "Just kidding."
Your second video.
Yeah, just I don't know. I mean, I did say like just kidding. Like I don't actually have any requests because nobody expects me to post anything. But if people did request me to make a video, it would probably be my collection. Like someone has actually asked me that one time, so it is technically my most requested video by one.
Dude, like the file size alone, I'd have to get like another external hard drive to store the fucking file size.
But
I
you can
shoot-
just do separate videos. Do like part 1, part 2, part 3, and then just post them all.
It's still a lot, dude. It's still a lot. Like one video will eat up probably like 15 to 20 gigabytes of storage.
Oh, because
one
you
video.
do high quality videos.
Well,
right?
yeah, that's raw footage plus the finished version.
Right.
I mean,
right.
dude, even short little clips for Instagram fucking kill my storage.
I do like 60 FPS, like medium quality, so it's not as bad.
medium quality.
And then I also have these original GOAT Deca scales.
Yeah,
With
baby.
the wing milling. I don't have the knife yet. We talked about this, but I pre-ordered it from Knife Center, and I'm going to cancel my order after what we talked about.
And you're gonna get one on
instead-
NAF sale.
I'm gonna get one on NAF sale for like $95 and not wait 5 years.
Hey, NAF sale, you want to sponsor our podcast? Cool, great. Hit me up.
Yep. Hit us up. But yeah, so that's all in terms of my knife collection, and in terms of just work that I've been doing, I've just been catching up on orders. That's it.
Busy man.
That's
Busy
it.
men.
That's it. Yeah, just catching up, always behind, always trying to catch up, always
Same.
having people ask me for book spots and
Same.
feeling bad when I have to say no, and then eventually giving in and giving a couple people spots and then regretting it. You know, it's the cycle of life.
The
Yeah, I
endless-
don't even have a damn reblade yet.
Oh, well,
I
you
have
didn't
one.
send-
I
you
have
didn't
one.
send your handle
I have
yet.
one.
You're supposed
I
to.
know. I know.
Yeah, weren't you going to?
I have one.
What? Send the handle?
Yeah, so I can make it.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I need to send it.
But anyway, yeah. So you need to send yours in. But granted, even if you sent it in, it would take a minute to actually make it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You can knock this out in an hour, dude. What are you talking about?
That one turned out pretty good actually.
I can't
Despite
believe
the-
you gave this away as like a factory second scratch.
Dude, he has done so many of those. The factory second, garage second.
Garage seconds.
It's so good though, dude. It's so good.
But anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at. I just got CAD files for bug outs in 940, so I can
Nice.
finally finish my bug out in 940 orders that I took like a year ago. So feel bad about that, but I wanted to make them right. And I kept offering people. I was like, dude, you don't have to wait this long. I'll send it back to you. You can send it back whenever I'm ready to make them, and then I'll pay for shipping both ways. And people are like, nah, just keep it. And I'm like, dang, I would never let anyone keep my knife for a year.
Yeah, but they're bug outs, so who cares?
Okay, but like I offered to like ship it back, cover shipping to me. Like I'm like, I'll do everything. And they're like, nah, just keep it. Like it's fine. Keep it for a year.
You keep it. You keep it.
Yeah, you keep it.
You keep
But anyway, that's it for me. So should we get
Good
into
deal.
the announcement?
Good stuff. Yeah, we have an announcement that I wish we weren't making because I want to go.
Yeah, so the announcement is that there will be a new knife show. So not Blade Show West, not Blade Show East, not Texas Knife Show. It's called the Maker Syndicate Knife Show, and it's hosted by Dan of Oz Machine Co. in
The man.
Indianapolis, which is where Cole lives.
No, I live in
really-
Cincinnati. An hour and a half. I'm
Really?
like an hour and a half
Oh,
from Indianapolis.
so it's close. You live close to Indianapolis.
Yes. It'll be the
Um,
closest knife show to me ever.
Yeah, that's an hour is great. That's how far I am from CCKS, which is where I'm going in a week.
Sheesh.
But yeah, so September 2023 is when the first showing will be. They have a great lineup. 700 tickets max, which is why a lot of people are concerned they won't be able to get tickets because that's not a lot of tickets for a knife show.
No.
The reason it's 700 tickets max, he said that's just the maximum they're allowing him to do, like the venue. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm super excited for it. I'm going to try to get tickets for sure. And there's going to be great makers there. A lot of makers who don't normally go to shows, like Alex Steingraber,
Steingraber.
never been to a show. He's going to
Yep.
this one. So pretty exciting.
It'll be big.
Other
I'm
than
pumped
that-
about it.
Yeah, that's the announcement. And we're going to get into our topics for the show.
Topics, you say? We've never done this before. What topics?
Yeah, what topics? I mean, I don't know either. I'm so excited to find out what our topics are that we've never
Shot
talked about.
show. We're talking shot show, baby.
So yeah, SHOT Show. And obviously we've covered some of these knives already in our first run of this recording, but
All
we're
of
just
them.
gonna go through the important things because I think that'll actually be better, right? Because like we
For
looked
sure.
at some boring ass knives that I don't even want to talk about them again. So we'll just talk
True.
about the interesting ones.
True,
So,
for sure. The standouts.
The first one we're gonna talk about is the star of the show, but in an infamous negative way.
Yes.
The star of the show is the Benchmade Narrows. And I have to make the joke again. I have to. So it's called the Narrows because it's, very slim in profile. It's 30% slimmer than the Bug Out, but also because it makes your wallet narrower. And it's $522 minimum advertised price.
It's brutal.
$572 after tax.
It's
Which,
unacceptable.
I mentioned this before, like tax should matter. Like you don't pay tax on every knife you buy. You just don't.
And I didn't even take it into consideration when I was talking about it on a live stream last week. I was like, that's way too much money, $522. But
right.
I mean, 10% sales tax is $52 for Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of money. Like you can buy a whole
shipping,
ass Civivi for the tax amount.
That's a lot, dude. That's a ton of money. You're talking like at the end of the day, out the door, call it $600. Do you know what I mean? Like it's stupid.
Now, putting the price aside, as a knife, you guys want to share your thoughts on it as a knife?
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
I for Benchmade, I think it would have been a good addition to their lineup had it not been so expensive.
Vinyl.
So it appears to have tie hardware and tie pocket clip, which is not. I don't know. Do they have any other models with titanium hardware?
It's not standard.
Anthem had a tie clip.
But yeah, so tie hardware, anodized, ugly milling, but milling. And then
that's a good point. Really quickly though, the Anthem had a titanium milled clip. This one is more expensive, not integral, and has a basic clip, not a milled clip.
But the milled clip on the Anthem was terrible.
Well, I mean, the PP? You mean the ribbed PP clip?
Yeah, the dick clip.
At least it was ribbed for my pleasure, so I got pleasure while it fucked me. Right? Like this one is fucking me,
and you put it in your ass pocket too.
Yeah. I mean, they made it narrow so it can fit.
At least it's a clip that functions well, though. I do like the Bug Out clip.
It does function. Yeah. It's titanium,
so in terms of it being, we had talked about this on the last recording. Is it too thin? But for EDC tasks, I think it would be fine because you're not going to really be bearing down on it or anything like that. So it should carry nice in the pocket for EDC tasks. It should work well.
I think the blue looks gorgeous.
What's that?
I think the blue looks gorgeous. Like the blue looks really nice.
Nice.
I like the
I could do without it.
What do you think about the Axis bar? Like that style of Axis bar?
It's hard to say how well it'll function, especially with the thin scales. I'm curious to see how well it will function, but I think it looks all right.
Here's my thing: those little dingleberries, little axis grabber Rooney thingies. That's the official term for them, right?
Yeah.
They look uncomfortable, and they look like they kind of be a pain in the ass. Like I feel like I would miss them a lot, especially if the spring tension's tough, like a little strong.
They do look a little small.
They look tiny and like hard to grab.
When you hold it in a hammer grip, does your index finger rub against the raised portion? Like that's like comes to a point.
Yeah, I don't know. We won't know until somebody gets a hold of it and reviews it.
So someone spends $572.
Yeah. I'm hoping Blade Ops gets some in because they loan me knives. So I'll reach out to them definitely to get a hold of one just so I can do a video on it. But I'm not buying one. There's just no way.
Yeah, and because if you try to sell it on the secondary, you're gonna take a big bath. Like,
dude,
you can go into selling this knife as a caveman and come out the cleanest person after that bath.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at the clip. Are we sure that's titanium?
Well, yeah, it's definitely titanium.
Okay. And then another thing I want to mention is that the milling on the scales, it just looks like the internal milling was put on the outside.
It literally looks like liners, is what it looks like.
Yeah, I think they could have done something more interesting for the milling.
For $522, yeah, they could have gone crazy.
And so what were the numbers that we talked about that we all thought respectively like would be a reasonable price given the Benchmade tax?
So Brian, you said 300.
Yeah,
I said 350.
I said like 375, 399 max, like a hard ceiling. So I wanted to talk about this a little bit more too. Apparently it's not an Omega spring knife.
Is it coil?
No, it's different. It's a leaf spring.
What?
Yeah, it's like it works a lot like a leaf spring. Somebody in my chat told me what it's called, and I found a diagram of it. But future me, find that and put it up. It's this thing. It looks like a leaf spring. Apparently, it's a lot stronger, which is why the little axis bar thingies, they don't look if it's got a lot of tension, those are going to be super uncomfortable. I feel like
Interesting. I wonder if the
Individually.
detent's strong. I can't really tell in the video.
you can't, and you really can't tell.
Yeah, that's always
We'll
something I
see.
always wonder about, like a new axis mechanism, is what's the detent like? I
Right.
always wonder every time
100%.
I see one. You look at the drop bear, you look at like the pulsar, like you never know until you actually handle it yourself.
No, you won't. And so, like I said, if Blade Ops gets some, I'll get one in. I'll let you know.
Yeah, keep us updated. Keep us updated.
I did want to talk about the immunity because this knife is. We talked about where the name came from because it was like announced during COVID, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Another example of a violently overpriced Benchmade, $300 for something that is like 6 inches overall, maybe.
And
so
I thought,
tiny.
and if it was titanium contoured, I'd see it, but it's
Aluminum.
not.
It's aluminum. It is M4, but it's just this knife's taken 2 years to make. They've been showing it off for 2 years. It shows.
Wow, it's been that long since COVID?
Yeah, dude, it's
That's
been
crazy.
since end of 2020, beginning of 2021. It's so crazy that it's taken this long.
I feel like COVID was just yesterday.
Yeah, true. But it's just, I don't know. I was excited in the beginning because I was like, oh, a warning from Benchmade. But it's been 2 fucking years for me to sit here and look at it and go, and now that they've released the pricing, it's obscene. It's absurd in every way.
I like how the manual one looks. The green aluminum looks
Yeah, they got some cool options. But
it looks like a germ, so it kind of reminds me of like immunity, like a germ, like green
yeah.
bacteria or something.
Looks like I'm gonna catch a venereal disease from it.
Yeah, I like it.
And then also briefly we discussed the increase on the bug out price to 180, which
So
is
we're 160, 180, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
high. It's too high.
yeah, I
dude,
couldn't
it used to-
recommend that knife
You
at
used
that
to be able to get a
price.
full size for like 115,
Yeah.
120 max, like a full size
Yeah.
bug out.
I don't want to really talk about the other knives. I think they weren't that interesting.
No,
Like,
they're not. Future me,
uh,
here they are. Wow, there they go. Cool.
Oh, the only one I want to mention though, real quick, is the tagged out in the orange. That is hideous.
Oh,
That
the orange
is
blade.
hideous. Yeah, the orange blade is hideous. I saw some people going like, yeah, but it's kind of no, it's not. It's not interesting. It's just bad.
It's not for you, Brian.
Oh,
For the
true. It's for the
hunters.
hunters. For the hunters.
yeah. It's for the
The
outdoors.
hunters who want to lose in a game of tag and get tagged out. Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So there you go. That's Benchmade. Nothing
All right.
too exciting.
Let's open the next one, which is Spyderco.
Yes.
I gotta say, Spyderco was not very interesting either this year. They have 2
Nope.
sprint runs, which are just
As usual.
like the sprint runs are cool, but like that's not really like a catalog worthy thing, right? Like it's like it's a sprint run. Like
it's a
most
sprint
people can't get it, and it's just
Yep.
And then they
Well,
ruined the mini Yojimbo.
Yeah, the micro
Micro
Jimbo.
shop.
the micro Jimbo. We've all agreed that it's ugly, man. It's so
ugly. And if they did the hollow grind, it would have looked a lot better and matched the handle better. Which the handle looks kind of nice actually, the way they streamlined it, like Richie said. But
Yeah. They knocked down all the kind of Humpty bumps. They even
I mean,
streamlined
I
the
like that
blade
it's a
little bit.
wire clip. I like that it's a wire clip now. I think it's
I like their wire clips. But I just don't see the space in the market for it when the little native Warncliffe is coming out. And
right.
is
They're
around-
competing with themselves. It's sort of weird.
Yeah. And they were competing with themselves with a knife that hasn't come out and another knife that hasn't come out. Like 2 knives that probably won't come out for a long time. Like what?
And I feel like the appeal behind that knife was the hollow grind Warncliffe. It was nice.
It is nice. It's excellent.
Yeah, but full flat.
Not as exciting.
Yeah, they put about as much effort into this catalog as they did into the name of number 5, the enough to.
The enough to, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, this is enough.
Not enough too.
The
2
stock.
sprints and an ugly mini Yojimbo. That's enough.
Well, look, we can't blow past the stock. I know Richie hates it, but look, I think it's adorable. I think it's cute as a button, and
But
I
it's
want it.
ATR.
It is
awful.
8CR, unfortunately, which is dog shit, but
They
You
could have
know?
done. I would rather they made it a little more expensive and did not 8CR.
yeah, they're going to be like $40-$45. I would rather them do like even S30V would be fine. Why not?
Yeah, you just
Slap
up the price a
S30V on
little
there,
bit,
charge
like-
me $60. That'd be great. A great little budget fixie.
And like you said, that sheath is too rectangular. Hopefully they change it by the time it
Yeah.
actually comes out.
the
'cause
Kydex
it's-
sheaths they
too
show they had at the show are these big rectangles. They look awful with these dainty little like kitchen looking knives. They just it looks wrong, but
Have you guys seen the prototypes for Spyderco at the shows? The ones you can't take pictures of. Like
I
they
saw
have some
some.
pretty. They have some pretty cool fucking knives there, but
That will never be made. Yep.
yeah, never. Like they had Resenti prototypes from
They
a
had
bunch of
the
like they
they
had,
What?
had Gareth Bull prototype.
yeah, Gareth Bull. They had a
What?
bunch of cool ones, but it's like, when will we see those? Maybe like 4 years, 5 years.
You know
What?
what I think? You know what I think Spyderco's strategy is? They're not trying to be at the forefront of the market. I think that what they're doing is they're holding all these back as like reserve weapons. So if
Business
ever
dips.
Spyderco starts struggling, then they'll start putting out one weapon at a time. Like, oh, stocks drop this year. Okay, here comes the Gareth Bull prototype we promised 5 years ago.
Yeah,
People are
yeah.
gonna be hyped. So I think that's their approach.
Same
It's
thing
like
with,
they could, instead of putting effort into do all these variations and stuff that's already out and just changing them slightly. I guess it's not much effort actually, but it's
Yeah.
like, really at this point, I mean, I'm sure they can get a new model out much faster than they are. I mean,
Oh, for sure. I mean, like the SPK. You know how Al Steingarb is doing that collab with the Lamia.
wait, they accept it?
He's trying to.
Well, they're trying. They asked him.
Oh, okay.
They asked him to send a Lamia with a Spidey hole for them to.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, I saw
But
that.
I'm like, how long is that going to take?
Oh, so they actually asked him. I thought he was just sending it, like.
Oh no,
without
he
talking
talked
to
about
me.
it with Sal. He talked to Sal
Oh,
about it.
okay.
He said to send it, but yeah. So he's gonna send that over. I already saw the prototype. I prefer how it looks with not a Spidey hole, but obviously if it's Spyderco, it has to have a Spidey hole. So
Yeah, I do
Has
prefer
to.
it.
Them's the
without
rules,
a
pal.
hole.
Them's the
Yeah.
rules.
It kind of after seeing it with the slot, the Spidey hole in it, kind of looks like an aftermarket thing, like someone just went in and added a Spidey hole.
yeah. So I don't know.
Moving along from Spyderco, what's next on the agenda?
Cricket.
Cricket. Ooh.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we talked about some of these. I actually added one more cricket that I saw though.
Okay, so the first one's the LCBK.
Mhm.
That is a collab with Hogue.
Yep, that's the interesting part is that Hogue is making it. So typically we have CRKT has a cool design and then they make it really
They're
poorly.
awful. They're garbage.
This time we have G10 154 cm made by Hogue. I still think the price is probably going to be ridiculous because it's actually well made.
Yeah. Is anybody going to buy like $150, $175 CRKT?
Imagine it's like 250.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see,
no.
because like, what would be the appeal of going and buying a CRKT made by Hogue when you could just buy a Hogue for a good price?
Yeah,
and then you're also gonna have CRKT on the blade, so it's like,
Right?
I think the idea would be that the CRKT should be a better design in theory, but these designs don't really do it for me.
No, that's the irony. The sad irony is usually CRKT has excellent designs, but garbage build quality. Now they're gonna have really great build quality, but the designs, the LCBK, and what's the other one? The Definitive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
so are those in-house designs or?
I would assume.
No, designed by Matthew Lurch, who I do not know who that is. But
Matthew
anyway,
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't like. So I think we all don't like that lanyard hole, right? Like that huge lanyard hole.
The
on
giant,
LCD.
no, the backspacer thing.
I think it looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I
it
think
looks
if they just
terrible.
filled that in and just didn't make it a lanyard hole and just filled it all in. That would be great. Definitely needs a different pocket clip to match how.
Yeah,
the-
pocket clip is terrible.
For people
but-
in listening or watching that don't know who Matthew Lurch is, look up Lurch Custom Knives. I highly recommend it.
Wait, did you just look it up?
Oh wow, wow. That's all I have to say. Wow.
Well,
Dude, it's
I'll look
aggressive.
it up later. But you can see that like the edge termination is like not the best because that plunge line is really diagonal.
You're gonna get some smileys.
You're gonna
for
get some
sure.
smiley. Same thing on the definitive, and the definitive has like a terrible pocket clip that's like super pointy looking. But
Yeah,
like
the Definitive is the better looking of the two, but they need to get rid of those stupid air vents, man. It ruins the knife.
I mean, I wish that the definitive had the contouring of the LCBK because the definitive is just flat.
Yep.
The LCBK's contouring does look nice. The heavy chamfers. I like the general shape of the blade, but same thing with the plunge line being super curved, so it smiles already, like with the factory edge.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good. I like seeing CRKT collab with Hogue.
sure.
That's cool. But I
It's a
think
good
they could
move.
do better designs.
I do like the pivots and the thumb studs and the axis bar lock.
Yeah, the tie connector looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Axis
probably
bar
are
looks
tie
cool.
connector.
Yeah, they probably are attack connector. But anyway, I also, do you see the other one from CRKT that I linked?
No, let me see that. Did you put that in the
Yeah,
docs?
it's in the Google Doc. Yeah. So it's called the Dextro.
Oh, is this
So
interesting?
what I'm wondering
E2
is
aluminum.
in the description, it says a competitive price, but they didn't actually say the price, which always frustrates me when people are like, we have a great price, and they don't tell me what the price is immediately. I have to go looking.
I've got a great price for you.
Yeah. I'm like, if I have to put in extra effort and the price turns out to not be excellent, I get mad. Like, so you
Right.
better.
I think that design without a flipper would look so much better.
Let me see. I'm gonna hide it with my finger. Yeah, it would look pretty good. I think the flipper doesn't look bad though. It looks like a decent flipper.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't
Now,
know,
look-
it definitely looks like a budget knife to me.
it is.
It
It's
does.
D2 and
I
aluminum.
thought it was
I'm
FRN.
wondering what the price is. No, it's aluminum.
Yeah, but it looks like FRN is what I'm saying. It looks like plastic.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can see that. If you zoom in on it, it does have that plasticky look to it.
Yeah,
kinda like,
I guess.
molded,
I think I
injection
like the
molded.
design though. I think it's a decent looking design.
It's
I'm
alright.
wondering what the price is. Yeah.
It's all right.
Uh,
It's all right.
just tell me what the price is though. Come on.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Just tell
We'll
us.
move on. So speaking of not telling me the price immediately, Microtech. So we got Microtech.
Microtech.
We got the
Yeah.
MSI and the Stitch. Let's talk about the MSI first. So really
Yes.
quickly, MSI stands for Microtech Standard Issue. So this knife is the Microtech Knives Microtech Standard Issue in M390 Microtech knife.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It's just
So
outrageous.
there's a lot of Microtech. They're very reserved with their branding.
Yeah.
Like
They're
they
very
don't put it-
shy about it.
They don't put it on their blades at all. They don't billboard.
They don't. It's
don't-
fine.
Yeah, but anyway, I think we were all consensus like this is a great design.
it
100%.
looks really good.
It's a great looking piece.
So, what are the things that stick out to you as like things you like the most about this design?
So the blade design looks great. The hollow grind looks great.
Love it.
The bar to actuate the lock is really
The
cool.
parallelogram bar with the cool
Yes.
joint.
Parallelogram. Word of the day.
Parallel bar.
Parallelobar.
Yeah, just the design as a whole, but the blade looks really good.
Mhm.
It's just clean. It's so nice looking. It's one
I
of the
don't
better
even
looking
mind the
Microtechs
lanyard
in a
hole. I don't
while.
even mind the lanyard hole. I think the lanyard hole looks fine there. Like I like that they made the lanyard hole also a parallelogram to match
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, it's
the
matchy
parallel
matchy.
bar.
There's a lot of parallelograms here.
I like it when
approve.
things match like that.
I do have one gripe, and it's the stupid plate with extra screws on the show side for the reversible clip.
Mm.
Yeah, they stick out.
They stick
do
out.
stick
They're
it
not
out.
flush. Yeah,
They
it looks
should they
whack.
should have done countersunk flatheads like flat screws.
Definitely.
But a lot of people didn't like how much was sticking out for the pocket clip because it's not deep carry.
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is very shallow.
Yeah, it's pretty shallow. I know that's like for tactical, but like let's be real, like we just want to EDC this knife.
For sure, 99.9% of us are gonna go cut up our junk mail with the fucking thing.
So this one is going to be either G10 or carbon fiber. I think the G10 looks pretty good, but I think the carbon fiber looks even better. I'm curious.
They
what the
both
price
look so nice. They both look
Yeah.
great. I'm
I
cool with
hope
either
the
one.
price difference isn't a lot. These are supposed to be $250 ish. So
Supposed to be. Fingers
yeah. Now, one
crossed.
thing you mentioned, Cole, is that they are still debating if they want to do flat grind or hollow. If they do
Yeah,
flat,
yeah. It was in the video that Knife Center did. They talked about
Mm.
we're not 100% sure yet whether we'll do a flat grind or a hollow grind. I really, please, Microtech, please.
If the grind
Yeah.
is going to be that short, yeah.
yeah. If they do a flat, I just won't buy it.
Yeah.
It won't work, and it won't look nearly as good as far as I'm concerned. It
won't
looks
have the
so
depth.
good.
Yeah, it won't have the depth. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
It looks sick.
Now, another cool thing about this one is that the ram lock, it is an axis style lock, but it's actually a coil spring, which is cool. And I think the whole mechanism is designed to be like able to be taken out at once, so it's like easier to assemble and disassemble.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that it's supposed to be like an easily removable little, just a whole big chunk you pull out. That would pull out the pivot screw, pull out the lock, you're done. That would be amazing.
I would imagine that they'll do like a disassembly video at some point if they haven't already.
I
to
hope
show
so.
that.
I'll break it immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if I buy one of these, I'll take it apart immediately for sure. But yeah, I think overall this looks great. It has all those little like details, like the chamfers and stuff that just look good. All the little angles.
It's a great looking piece, and I'm glad to see Microtech in the past. Other than the Annex and like the Bravo, those are very interesting knives from last year. Like they've been like Spyderco. They're like, here's the same things we've always made, just in different colors and different whatever, right? That's how.
So you
Microtech's
said
operated.
this is at $250 is what they're supposed
MSRP,
to
yeah.
It should be around there.
Wow.
You know what's funny? So I left a comment on that post. I said, "What's the difference between M390 and M390 MK?" And it has like 31 likes. It's just people like, "What is the difference?"
So
I honestly believe if they didn't do M390 MK, it would actually be better. Because like people are just like suspicious for no reason now. Because like, why did you have to say there's a difference when there's no difference? Like,
right. And
this
even
knife
if there
would've
is a difference, like what is it going to be? There's like 0.1%
real
more vanadium or
difference,
some
right?
shit.
Yeah, there's no real meaningful difference.
tangible
Yeah,
difference, right?
If you actually go to the post, before you click on view all comments, the one that it shows on there is your comment.
Right. And I'm just like, why didn't you just do M390? No one's gonna care. And just do this cool new lock, cool new design. It's gonna do well anyways. I'm just saying that the marketing of doing a new steel for no reason was pointless. That's all I'm trying to say. We don't need new steels.
Of course, we have a responding to your comment. I don't know if you saw this on on this post. This hardcore badass comes and he's like, would love to see some higher toughness tool steels for manual folders. I'm like, dude, what are you using it for? What are you going to use this for?
Now, the other one, this is the one I want.
Stitch. Oh
The
yeah,
stitch.
dude.
The
That's the one
people have been
when I
wanting
saw
a manual stitch for so long.
when I saw the manual stitch, I became slightly wrecked. I got to be honest with you. It's a fine looking.
Did they give a price for that one? The
Same.
manual
Should
stitch.
be around the same.
Around the same.
Now look at the pivot on the stitch versus the pivot on the MSI. The pivot on the stitch is so much cooler.
It looks the same.
What? What do you mean it looks the same?
Oh, it's like it's raised. It's raised.
Yeah, it's raised. That's so much cooler.
Sorry.
You don't think
Sorry,
that's cooler?
dude.
It's dipped in on the MSI and it's raised on the
Oh God,
So
dude.
I can't look at it because I guess Borka Blades blocked me. So
What did you do to him, Richie? What
dude,
did
I
you
have no
say?
idea, but I'm obviously blocked because I cannot go on his account. I can't even see it.
stick. I think raised pivots look so cool. And also, like, look at that G10. Like, it just looks good. I don't know.
Dude, everything about it. Everything about it looks great.
Yeah. Nasty swedge on the harpoon. Like, God, it looks so good.
It's such an aggressive fucking thing. Dude, you must be blocked because I'm looking at his page right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah.
What did you say, Richie? What did you do?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I've only left one comment on his post.
You've
Scumbag.
You've been blocked by Sebastian Berenji, Borka.
I've never talked to the guy, but yeah,
I did not know that was his name. I thought his name had Borka in it. Why is it Borka?
What?
If he's Sebastian Berenji, why isn't it Berenji?
You know, I think the comment I left was something regarding a mirror polishing technique.
Not blocked.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that Microtech had, despite only having 2 models, I think they had the strongest showing because sometimes less is more. Just do it better. I don't need a million new crappy models.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Okay,
Give us
let's
2
move on,
bangers. Give us 2 bangers a year. I'm happy as a clam.
All right, let's hit the next one. CJRB.
Ooh, I love me some CJRB. I'm a big CJRB.
So they have a lot. They have 7 new CJRBs. The first
7?
one is, yeah. The first one is the Echo button lock, which is obviously a Ray Laconico
Hold on,
design.
I'm not
They
ready,
do a
Dad.
button
Hold
lock.
on. Stop, I'm not ready. Hold on.
Okay.
Stop, hold, stop, hold, stop. Ooh, that button
So
lock.
the Echo is he's doing
Laconico.
that. He's doing
custom
custom
design.
Echoes right now.
I think this
Ooh,
looks sick.
I am into this, dude. Front flipper, studs, button
And
lock.
some people don't like button locks, so they're doing a liner lock version as well.
Give me either or, baby. I'm here for it.
I want the button lock personally, but I also
Same.
don't really want budget, so I wish they did a premium version.
Can't do budget.
Yeah, I wish they would do a premium Echo, like a premium button lock Echo.
Can't do it.
Cannot.
Can't do it.
But we'll go through these ones quickly because they're budget, and Richie is not into budget. But I think the Echo looks good.
They're both nice looking. The liner lock version, they both look great. I love Laconico. Kisses, Ray, if you're out there.
Yeah, number 2 and 3 do not do it for me. The Geode.
The Geodude, the
It just
Pokemon.
looks basic. It just looks basic, and
Then you've got that awesome paraframe, Gerber paraframe.
Yeah, Gerber
fucking-
paraframe.
Yeah.
It just looks.
Hold
cheap
on,
to
hold
me.
on, hold on. Wait a minute. It looks like a weird, like knockoff Chavez knife, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not into it. The Rift inlay is the most hideous inlay I've ever seen.
Yeah, very
Hold on,
out
we
of
gotta
place.
slow down here. We got to. Oh my god, the paraframe is something else.
Yeah, you're looking at number
Wow.
3.
I'm just
You're
now
looking at
getting
the-
to that. Let me tell
number
you,
2.
pal.
And look
Actually,
how
I think
skinny
the
pocket clip was.
blade on the Riff is kind of cool.
Let me see. Let me see the old riff.
Yeah, look at the Rift inlay and the
Oh
blade.
my god. What are we doing?
That's an inlay.
That is a
So for
It's
those
just strange that it's inlaid on micarta. Like,
So for those of you who
that's-
can't see, it's
that's
a
weird.
brass-looking inlay on top of micarta,
on
and it's
green micarta.
on green micarta. It's a weird shape too. Like honestly, it doesn't really fit the handle at all.
Dude, the inlay shape matches nothing. It doesn't make any sense.
and
It
then
just
yeah,
is
so
gonna
I'm not
add
really
10 pounds.
There's an unnamed prototype by Fair and Forge that looks like a Fair and Forge.
Yep, malice handle.
Literally
It's
now.
And
it's literally a malice handle with like the same typical drop point.
it's
from
like
Fair
the Archbishop blade with the
On a
malice handle.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it. 100%. That's what it is.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just literally the same thing I've seen a million times from Fair and Forge.
Yeah.
And then we've got the giant swastika logo on the blade as well.
Yeah, yeah. They need to reel that in, dude. They need to reel that in. I think it's time.
They need to rebrand. Artisan
time
is
to
a
let it
terrible
go.
name.
Well,
Artisan
I mean,
is
I don't know,
terrible
man.
name,
They've
and they
been
have a terrible
fighting back
logo.
the community on this for so long. I think they deserve to keep it.
It's time to give up. You lost the war.
They've
You
earned
lost.
it.
This is World War III, and they lost. They lost it already. Accelerator. What do you think about that one?
Let me see here.
Snotty
Sorry,
design.
Mike Snotty. Let me wait till it gets open.
It has a dollar sign on the pocket clip.
That's
That's all
It's
Snotty's.
interesting.
Gangster.
It's a
That's a-
dollar sign.
That's a Snotty meme. You don't know that meme?
I don't
like-
like it.
He does like the whole gangster thing. I don't really understand it exactly, but it's like the meme or something.
Does he
But
do
anyway.
it unironically?
It's ironically.
yeah. I don't know. The bottom of the handle with that like dip in it. It
Yeah,
looks
it's like
looks really
it's like
weird.
a choil in the wrong place. It doesn't make any
I
sense.
think it does look
It's a
comfortable.
bottle opener.
Yeah.
But I will say, when he opened the blade, I was like, no, I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't like it. I literally like nothing about it. It has no redeeming qualities.
I think the sludge would have looked better if it was hollow, not flat like that.
It's just got
I do
too
love
much,
the micarta artisan
The
uses.
micarta
though.
looks nice, though. Yeah, the micarta
Yeah.
looks really nice.
it has way too much going on. Like it doesn't know what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It has
there's
this
too many
weird-
curves in weird places.
Yeah, dude. It's just like
it's a bit random, I feel.
he didn't know when to stop designing it. He just kept designing it and kept taking away material. He needed to stop ages ago, and he just was like, "Fuck it, we'll take a piece out here, drill here, make the blade 18 different blade shapes." Weird.
And then
And
we've
then
got
last
a
one, last one.
Cerberus.
Satyr.
I like this. I love the micro milling on the handles. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think
It
it
looks.
looks
I gotta be honest. Closed. Oh no, yeah, I love it. I love the what is that called? The Orion.
I think
That
it
he
looks
did.
better than
The
the Orion.
Orion, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it
I
looks
like
good.
it a lot. I love that micro milling. I love the black on
clean.
black colorway.
I don't like black, though. I want to see one that's like just pure TI, stonewash blade or something. But yeah. Looks
Action
good.
looks baller. I'm into it. It looks really skinny too. I love that about the Orion.
It's super clean. It's clean.
It's very
Like,
clean.
Everything. I think
Very
it
clean.
flows better than the Orion, though, because the Orion sort of looks like a little blocky sometimes.
It is. It
This one
is.
kind of flows way better, I think.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right, let's move on.
Not
Civivi.
bad. All right. Let's take a look at Civivi. Let's take a look see
Okay.
here.
So the first one we look at is the airframe, which looks great closed.
It looks great
once you open
closed.
the blade- yeah, it's sort of like like some people like look really good in clothes, and then once they're naked, they look sort of not good. That's sort of what it is to me. So
The old
Yeah,
bait
well,
and switch. That's the old
one
bait
thing
and
I-
switch.
one thing I did like about this though is the inlay, because the inlay's symmetric on both sides, because it avoids the lock bar area, so it's able to be symmetrical on both sides.
Yeah, the
blade's awful.
milled out portion on the blade it's not good.
The blade
It's
shape, everything,
awful.
the limp dick shape, the
Yeah.
sharpening
Yeah,
choil
dude.
that isn't a real sharpening choil, and it looks smaller than the handle because of the way that it's.
Yeah,
like,
the blade to handle ratio looks way wrong. Everything about it looks off. It's just
yeah.
off.
I'm sorry, GTC. We love you. You make some cool stuff, but some of your stuff is whack, and this is whack.
This is
Yeah, he does do some cool. His custom stuff is
Yeah,
pretty
his
cool.
custom stuff. Some of it is amazing, and some of it is off. the realm of normalcy. But next
I've
one
handled
is
a few of his customs. They're very
Yeah?
impressive.
Oh wow, I've never handled one. I
Yeah,
just
me
see
either.
Instagram pictures. They look cool though. The next one is also another very unique designer, Gavco,
Ah.
with the spiny dogfish.
The shiny, the spiny dogfish. Sorry.
Spiny dogfish. I think that I think everyone said that it wasn't for them in terms of us,
Not for
but
me.
I think it's cool that it exists, right? Because like it's a very Gavco design, like I think the problem with Civivi, when people use Civivi designs, a lot of them are watered down. Like I feel like I don't
Yeah.
feel the designer in a lot of Civivi designs. Like when I saw the tough knives,
They lose their character.
I was like, that's not a tough knife.
I do like that they did the rock pattern on the scales, though.
Right, the rock pattern and the very distinct Gavco blade shape, the long slot, tapered slot, like this is an unmistakably Gavco design, whereas a lot of Civivi designs that they outsource lose the designer's language.
Yeah. They lose the character for sure. I hate this. Everything about it.
Mhm.
I hate rock pattern. I hate that blade shape. I hate the long bent dick pocket clip. I don't like it. That's my
to be honest, I don't like most of Gavco designs. I like the Thresher.
I like the
it's
nurse.
probably-
I like the
yeah.
nurse. The Gavco nurse was nice. The one you
I
could
like the
drop.
Hunchback Warney custom. I still want one, linered one.
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it cuts things. But I
It's
don't
a
want
knife. It's a knife.
it. It's a knife.
Next one I think is this the one that crashed us?
This is the one that crashed the computer. So
the
fingers crossed.
Sukoki. The Sukoki. by
The
Ray
big thickums. Little McThickums. Ray Laconico. Unmistakably a Ray Laconico design.
What do you think about that pivot?
The baloney nips, you mean? Baloney nipples.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It's big old baloney nip. I hate it. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't like it.
The you're talking about the C or
No, the clip side.
Oh no, I'm talking about the C.
Oh, they all have the C pivot.
yeah.
No, it's usually like different. It's not like that one's completely blasted. Usually, don't they have like two-tone or something?
Oh, they might be getting lazy. I don't know.
I think
Hold
some
on.
of them,
Do I have a-
Oh, I see. Like the last image is like shiny and then black.
Wait,
for
literally the
C.
Gavco we just looked at has the two-tone.
Yeah. I think the Elementum that I had was like that though.
Oh, so they just alternate, depends on the knife.
Yeah. I guess
I just
it-
looked at the Altus and the
I think-
Chevalier. They're the same.
I think this one without the two-tone looks better on this knife in particular. Matches the everything else being blasted.
So it looks really thick and really blocky. I got to be honest with you. When they turn to like the spine, it looks like a little thicker than a damn Snicker, dude.
I think it's
But-
just a basic design. I'm not that interested. I'm gonna
Yeah,
move on.
but looks nice and thin and slicey. Action looks fun. Front flipper, thumb studs, liner lock. Access to the liner lock looks questionable at best.
What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
I mean that is a thing with a lot of Ray's designs because he wants the handle super streamlined. So
Yeah.
Look and to
Lock
look
bar
symmetrical and
access.
stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
But nice looking knife if it's affordable. But something tells me Civivi going the way of Civivi, it'll be $80.
And then the next one is the last one we're gonna look at because the other ones are just like random tactical fixed blades.
What in the shit is this?
It's a Peter Carey design.
Yeah, Peter Carey Gordo.
The Gordo.
It looks like a little chubber.
A little chubber boy.
Yeah,
Appropriate
I don't know, it
name.
gives me like birch tree vibes, right? Like the little stubby little chubby Spyderco birch tree.
It's interesting. It's thin. It looks very thin in the handles, but it's fat. It's fat. It's
I
thin
don't
and
I don't
fat.
like the hole with the milled line. or the
No.
pocket clip.
On the show side, no, that's whack. And
Yeah.
I also
One thing
don't
that
like the.
kills
Not
me-
it.
Yeah, one thing that kills me on Carey designs is the clip having the big fat holes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't like.
He
those
also does the little holes. The four
Yeah,
little
a
holes.
a lot of holes.
I just don't like that in the clip. Like, leave my clip alone.
Carrie loves his holes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and is that a cigar cutter or something hole in the show side?
It's too small to cut like a
Yeah.
substantial cigar. You could cut like a black and mild with it. You know?
We got to do a cigar cutter mod. Just widen that hole.
Yeah, just make the hole big as fuck.
Tucson
problem solved.
did have a model, a Tepe design that had a. That
I
was
remember
actually,
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I owned that one. I don't know
Oh
why.
God!
All right.
Back in the cigar days.
Now, related to Civivi is We, so we should do We next.
Wee.
We
Right
had a
off the
fair
bat.
number of designs actually. What do you think?
What is it?
we had a fair number of designs. Like, what do you think about some of these? Have you seen them already?
Yeah, I've seen some of them, but I haven't gone through all of them. No. The
Yeah, I haven't
Trogodon's
seen them at
growing
all.
on me. It is very much. This is an example of them kind of losing the designer. I think a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Losing the character of the designer a little bit.
I'm like, this doesn't look like a Brian Brown at all.
Yeah. It looks
I
like
think
a
it looks
poor,
really good. I
I
like
think it
it.
does
looks
look
great.
good though.
It looks great,
The-
but it looks like kind of a lazily done raptor is what it looks like.
So you see those 5 holes, the 5 speed holes on the side?
Yeah.
So I think that they have to do 5 probably because Quiet Carry is known for doing 4 dots.
I didn't even think about that.
So I imagine because 5 looks like too many.
I do
But
love the micromilling.
the quiet carries don't go all the way through the scale though.
I know. I'm just saying that like
Yeah,
the
they're
whole
like dimples.
4 dots, like the small 4 dots, is
Mm.
like a Quiet Carry thing. So I feel like that maybe that's why he did 5. But 5 looks like so many. Like it just looks like too many holes.
It's a nice looking knife. I love the micromilling. I mean, it's clean as a damn whistle. I probably won't get it. Maybe I will. I don't know. Shit. I don't
think it
know.
looks
Who knows?
It's
really
a knife
good.
where I'm like, it looks nice, but I would never buy it.
I wouldn't buy it just because it's a Wii, to be honest. And Wii is just kind of they all feel extremely similar. And
Yep. If you've
I'm
handled,
just-
I've owned probably 30 of them. If you've handled 30 Wii's, you've handled every Wii. Like you've
The
literally
price
handled
is
every.
Yeah.
also like kind of high nowadays on Wii's.
They're getting brutal. I mean, the Thug too. I mean, that thing was
Oh
$350.
yeah, the prices are really high on Wii's. I mean, speaking of inflation, like people talk about American companies, but Wii has been inflating like crazy lately.
Yep. They're the
Um,
one that's done it the most for sure. The biggest jumps in price.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
I like it. Nice looking compound ground.
next we got the Rupture.
Oh God. Okay,
designed
I
by
looked at this one.
Tough.
I love
What?
Tough Knives. I
like
love
it?
him. He's makes the cleanest knives in the whole darn world. But fuck me, what the shit is this? What is this?
You don't like the random assortment of little dots and then the little stubby blade in the ring?
Dude, it looks
Dude,
like a
the
Parmesan
ring is
cheese
for
grater.
tactical situations where
See,
you need to
it would make sense if
access.
the blade, but the blade is the most untactical blade ever.
It's a little chubby chode.
It has a little chubby chode blade with no like, you know what I mean? It's not like a tactical blade.
No. You know what it reminds me of? Let me get.
What do you think if they just cut off that ring part and just made it a normal handle?
So what it looks like is they took this is the catalyst, the Arcform catalyst. I need
And
to
they
have real
codified
thumb studs put on it.
They chodified it.
It's a nice looking knife, but it's literally just like a shrunk down version of this with a big fucking ring on the ass. That's all it is. It's a catalyst.
Even without the ring, I don't really care for it.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's
to the
not really-
catalyst. Great knife.
It's not really for me, but you know, hey, it's interesting. It's new.
I need
Next
real studs. Richie,
Ooh, what
help.
do you think
I need
about the
real
next
studs.
one?
All right.
Maybe I'll borrow. Maybe you're busy. I'll call Parker. Maybe Parker will help me out.
Parker will do it.
I know he will. What is this? The Riff Raff. Future
Matt
me.
Christensen design?
Future me. Put diamond grills on everybody's face. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Matt Christensen design, Riff Raff.
Love
this
Matt.
is basically a Doom, right? Or sorry, a Misfit. A Misfit.
I like
this is
it.
basically a Misfit.
I like
right?
it.
Yeah, that's dope.
I dig it. This is like the most interesting one.
It's the
yet. Like,
closest to
Yeah.
the
What do you think about the
Misfit.
pivot though?
The
I
blade
don't like,
shape.
I don't like the pivot.
I honestly I don't really like how the handle slopes down like that, but I do love the blade.
What about the pivot collar? I don't
you mean
like
the
it.
baloney nip?
Yeah.
Well, I can't even tell what color is it. It's all fingerprinted.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it just looks
Oh, okay.
nasty.
Yeah.
It looks like,
Like, I think-
dirty. I don't.
Hmm.
What is it?
I think it's like a bad lightning anno or something.
Yeah,
Is
probably.
it? No shit.
Doesn't it look like it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it does.
you can't really call it bad because when you're in direct lighting, the best lightning annos will look bad.
Well, either way, they should just not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's interesting. I
But
love
yeah,
that.
It's cool.
I love
I'm
that.
curious about the price though, because like I said, the Wii's are out there nowadays.
Three plus.
I wouldn't pay that much. I'd pay like $250.
Yep. They need to go like everybody else. Best Tech, Artisan. They're still around between 250 and 300, right?
Yeah, because this is literally like the design's cool, but it's literally just a frame lock, titanium frame lock. Like there's
Yep.
nothing.
With 20 CV. That's
Why is
every
it
week.
$100 more expensive than it used to be? Like I don't get it.
Yep. Yep.
Inflation
Yeah.
is a thing, but not that much inflation.
Right. Yeah.
I
It's
really
aggressive.
like the next knife, number 4, the Makani.
Marty, Knife Eclectic, is always hooting and hollering about the Makani. I don't know. I
That's
don't
good.
know. I think it's boring. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
It's boring.
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. I'll check it out. I like the crown spine. That's a nice touch.
Has a
Uh,
hand
That
rub,
clip is
nice hand
interesting.
rub.
Oh, and they are doing lightning anno. You're right.
It is lightning
Yeah.
anode. That one's definitely
Yeah.
lightning anode. I wish it wasn't lightning anode, but whatever.
Yeah.
They have different versions where it's not insane
Oh,
full
they do?
dress. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
wait, they have ones that aren't lightning anode?
Yeah.
It's
They have
kind of
plain Jane
hilarious
ones.
that Chinese OEMs are like just figuring out lightning anno now.
It's all
wait.
your fault, Richie. It's all your
It's
fault.
hilarious.
We Makani, no lightning anode is the thing. I would rather have that. Would it be cheaper too, please?
I like they
think
did
so.
a hand rub.
They're on Blade HQ now.
Because all the ones I saw in Blade HQ have lightning anode.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right. They all do.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
That's
terrible.
a bummer. So these are
I-
3 hundo on
I
the
mean,
nose.
granted, I could have Richie just bead blasted or something. So,
True. Yeah, Richie.
you know. I look at that. My first thought was Richie could bead blast that and get rid of it. Because like the base design, I like it better without the inlay though, personally. Like just pure titanium.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at the versions on Blade HQ. They look nice.
Yeah, the inlay
clean
kind of
ones
kills
look
it for
nice.
me, too gaudy. And then the next ones are sort of boring to me. The Murata, same designer,
Same designer.
but yeah, it's the lightning anno again. Just stop. Just don't do it, dude.
I don't want full dress on my fucking Wii. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I think the inlay's cool though. What do you
The
think?
Yeah, I don't
copper
care for
carbon
the
fiber?
blade.
It's nice. It looks very like the lamella,
Kinda-
similar to the
Kind of
lamella.
has like a very slight like Sinkovich look, like this the ZT
yeah, you're right, it
Sinkoviches.
does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely
Very
some
swoopy,
influence there. I like the
trailing
backspacer, like not the lightning anno, but the shape of it and like
Yeah.
how it's like.
It kind of comes to a pyramid.
Yeah, I like that style where it sticks out a little like that. It's cool. That's a Sinkovich blade.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
definitely.
100%.
0462 blade right there, or 0452 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't do
Exactly.
numbers, please. Zero tolerance.
Stop it. Knock it off. Zero tolerance.
You know
Nice
that
looking
Michael
piece.
Jordan meme? Like, stop it. Get some help.
Oh, the last one is the most uninspired. I know it's
Yeah,
Ostap.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's
And
an
it's
Ostap.
look, that's his thing, bro. Clean as a whistle, but I don't know. No,
Oh,
no
stop,
interest.
dude.
Oh,
It's literally.
oh, stop it.
boring.
Oh, stop it.
There's no problem with it, but it's just boring. Like,
Yeah. There's nothing.
I'm good.
Cool.
The last one I want to talk about is Revo. I've never heard of this company before.
I think
Okay.
Ray has some sort of deal from Everyday
Yeah.
City Carry. Yeah.
We can skip it. I mean, I don't know. I'd never heard of it, so I was just gonna look at
Are
it.
we
I
not
don't-
going to talk about Cold Steel? Because I'm looking at their first knife.
That's the only knife though, the huge one.
Dude, they have 8 knives.
But they're like all fixed blades, no?
I don't know, but the first one I'm looking at is insane, and it has this wild backlock mechanism thing.
Yeah, the huge one. It's almost like a machete size, almost like.
No,
huge.
it's called the Viking Sayax.
Oh, am I looking at the wrong thing? Hold on. Wait,
Pull up
can you
Cold
link?
Steel. It's the one that's a all black knife closed up.
Okay, I'm gonna check real quick.
It's called the
Where is
Viking
this?
Sayax, and it looks insane. It
Like in a
looks
good way or
awful.
bad
I
way?
just want to get everybody's hot take on it.
Oh, I see it now. Oh, I didn't see these. Okay, let me see it open. Open it up. baby.
Where are these at?
Here, I'll link it for you. I'll link it in the Google Doc. Just now I linked it. You see
Alright.
it?
Hang on.
Wait, why does it have that weird part where it sticks out in the bottom?
Yeah, it looks awful. I don't know. It makes the blade to handle ratio look like dog shit.
Oh no! Oh, oh god! Oh my god! This has been happening way too much. Where like it looks fine until they open it, and I'm just what just
It looks like someone sharpened it down way too far.
oh so
like-
the reason
It's like a
Someone brought it to a
30-year-old
belt
knife
sander.
that's been sharpened
Yeah.
every day for 30 years.
I see why they did it. They do it because the lock mechanism probably makes it dangerous for the edge to come close to the handle.
Dude, that is truly awful.
But it has an interesting lock mechanism, and I'm always interested in that. So
Oh
Do
man.
you think that's why that it's so short? Is because of the lock mechanism, though?
I think
Like,
it's for tactical use because it's a fucking Sayax.
Well,
Warning.
it's because, dude, that finger guard, because the actual handle part is not that wide. But
Yeah.
that finger guard is what
Yep.
does that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah, they need to knock that
But
down.
you look at the pivot.
Yeah.
If you look at the pivot location, it's really way down. It's like really low.
Yeah.
It's
Huh.
not centered.
So
at
it
all.
must have to do with the lock.
Yeah. Interesting
Let's
though.
just say this is a poorly designed knife. Next.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
pretty.
that's really bad.
Oh,
So
they
they really
okay.
like
Wait,
this
if
lock.
go to the second one because they have another one with that same lock.
What is this lock called?
I don't know.
The
It's the
first
same.
knife it came out on was the Engage, right?
It's the
I'm gonna
same
It's
call-
called
deal.
the Atlas lock.
There you go.
Okay.
So same
Oh
deal,
no, it's less bad though as the first one. It's not as bad as the first one.
but it's still pretty bad. It's
Yeah,
still pretty bad.
Where it's just like this huge finger guard, which is just like it's like you know what it is. It's like if you had like giant balls and the smallest, thinnest schlong, and like the balls
Little
are just
pencil
sticking
dick?
out in front of the schlong. Like you can't even like I don't know. It just feels off proportion. Like
Just a little pencil dick with huge nuts.
yeah, that's what it is. Like it just looks off to me. Like
So that's
Yeah,
the
it's
Swift
terrible.
3.
everything else
and
is
then there's
twisted.
wow,
everything
a
is-
spear and a bunch of fixies.
Well, there's the big chopping knife that I mentioned, but yeah, I mean
The what even
the
is it?
mayhem that's also an Atlas lock,
Number
but
6
gigantic.
is the mayhem.
Yeah,
Wait, so how is it an Atlas lock?
Oh, I see it.
It has the same lock.
Oh my god.
It's just
Wait,
huge.
wait.
Oh my god.
I was looking at the wrong one. Okay.
I mean, I like the lock because it's nice to like not have to put your fingers in the path of that giant blade. Because you will lose your fingers if that closes.
Yeah.
up.
Wasn't this the one you said that you wanted, Brian?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of cool.
I'd check it
Yeah.
out. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
ridiculous.
like I think I could like kill someone with that. You know?
Easily. You could kill someone with a tactile rock wall for fuck's sakes if you wanted to.
No, I couldn't because like I wouldn't feel like enough of a badass, so I wouldn't. You know.
You need
But
you need like 10 pounds of steel to get
this
the
would
job
give
done.
me the confidence because a lot of like I'm not an expert in killing people, but I imagine that like part of it's mental, right? You have to actually be able to do it. So I need this big knife to like get over the mental hump or something.
It's a mental game. Murder. I would know.
Yeah. You know how it is.
And then we have tie light and a counterpoint. Not interesting.
Yeah. Those are
Okay,
lame.
sorry to put us off. I just had to have you guys look at that fucking.
But you know, now that we've looked at all of SHOT Show, I figure we should get into the topic or a topic real quick, which is knife trends we'd like to see more or less of in 2023.
Ooh, good. Yeah. 2023.
I figure we don't need to talk about inflation. We might as well just say it. Knives
We've
are
talked about pricing the whole time,
Yeah.
so I think we're good on that.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'll let you guys go first. You guys go first.
All right, Richie, you go first.
So knife trends we'd like to see more of
Or less of in
or
2023.
less of. Okay, well, obviously the easy one is less D2.
Okay, on
budget
hot
knives.
What do you think about OS 10? A lot of companies are using OS 10 now.
I mean, why not just use 14C?
Yeah, that's sort of my thought too. Like OS 10's not bad or anything, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the reason. Everything should just be 14C, honestly. In the budget realm. There's really why not?
It is such a good budget steel though, and like Laren Thomas had a whole article on why it's the best budget knife steel. Like,
I love that Richie's like, I can't do budget knives. I'll never buy budget knives. And he's like, no more D2 on the budget
Well,
knives.
I can
won't
still
buy.
talk about budget knives. I won't buy them, but it's still a shit trend of companies using D2.
It's
Like-
been going on forever, dude.
mhm.
It's been going on for life.
Because everyone was asking for it initially, and then now everyone's like, never mind. So
yeah, we made a mistake. We messed up. We
Yeah.
take it back. We take it back.
So less D2 for Richie. What else?
so obviously new locks would be cool, but
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
course
like
that's,
the Atlas lock, you say?
Atlas lock.
I mean, seeing something completely new and different. Obviously, that would be extremely hard, but that would be really cool. See
Microtech
new
has the
locks.
RAM lock. That's brand new. No one's ever done the RAM lock before.
I think for me, I'm on the in terms of locks, I'm in the same position as steels. I want to see existing locks done better.
Yeah,
I don't
upgrade
care
it.
about I don't care about new locks. Like frame locks do better detents. And make it so that there's no lock bar of death where like if I put pressure on the lock bar, it's harder to engage the knife. Like it's like ridiculous.
Yep.
Like fix that on frame locks. Liner locks do better detents too, and make them not as flimsy. A little bit thicker on the liners. Like
And then, of course, I would like to see more companies improving their heat treat. That's probably number one.
Bad heat
Right.
treats. Yep, that's top of my list. Bad heat treats is a horrible trend. Not even bad, just lazy. Lazy heat treating.
Yeah. Oh, and also shark lock with the detent. Give me that. Just
Ooh.
improve existing locks, right? Like it can be done.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on locks. I don't need new locks. Just wanted to do the ones we have already better. Anything else though? Like so, no D2, new locks or better locks, better heat treats. Are there any trends that like what are things that are currently happening that you don't want to see more of? Besides like, the ones we mentioned already.
So something I've started to notice, and I only noticed it last year. I only noticed it on a handful of knives, but I don't want it to become a thing, a more of a thing. And this was the third knife I noticed it on. No access to the pivot. I have to take the scales off to get to the pivot.
Hidden pivot.
I can't. A hidden pivot, bro. I think it's cool. I think it looks cool. But every knife, the pivot's going to back out eventually. The Touch Knives Click had a hidden pivot. A couple
It's
of
a pain in the ass.
couple of Best Techs last year had hidden pivots, and I just, as cool as it looks, it's
not
a
really
pain in
worth
the
it,
ass.
Yeah.
I handled that Touch Knives Click, and honestly, I thought that thing was terrible.
I've never handled a touch. So.
I have one. I bought one at Blade Show.
Yeah, that was the one I handled. I didn't want to say it because you just bought it, but
it's tiny. It has horrible lock bar access.
Yeah,
and it
the
has
lock bar access is bad.
little to no real detent. That being said, it's adorable, it's endearing, and it's fun, and it's interesting. It's a dual action auto. It's interesting, so that's why I bought it. But
speaking of poor lock bar access, I think that's a trend I'm seeing more and more of.
Every new
companies
Civivi.
companies are like making it so that there's no lock bar access because they want symmetry. But here's the thing: like the very first frame lock was the Chris Reeve Sabenza, and that has excellent lock bar access. So why have things regressed over time?
Yep, I think it's because designers are getting pushier and pushier and having more control over.
And they were like, "I want it clean. I want it like
right."
how
But then it gets into the hands of the engineers, and the engineers are like, "Well, fuck, you know what I mean?" But.
Or like the hands of collectors who actually open and close the knives. Like we can't open them well because like there's no access. So that's something I've noticed. A lot of these newer designers, they're missing out on some of these little details that really matter. Like lock bar access, it needs to be good. It ruins the knife.
Dude, the knife could be perfect. I totally agree. The knife could be gorgeous and like check all your boxes. But as soon as you go to close it and you miss the lock bar, dude, my heart just sinks every time. I'm like, God.
Or like your thumb hurts from trying to push in there.
Yeah, just it sucks the joy out of it for me, So
how about
totally
the trend of shit designs?
So let's what about
take?
What design trends are you seeing that you don't like? So like for me, lock bar access being bad is one. I see that on a lot of these OEM designs, the lock bar access isn't good.
Bad lines overall, just bad lines, bad blade to handle ratio. Just get better.
It's just ugly.
Jesus Christ.
Stop making ugly knives. I'm sick of it.
I think one design element that needs to be improved is these plunge lines and edge terminations are so bad. Every knife smiles. Every single knife is smiling, and I'm just like, stop. Like, just move the plunge line back.
The more time I spend with you son of a bitch, the more I notice it on a lot of my collection. And I'm just like, wow, thanks, Brian, for ruining that knife for me, dude. Jesus,
Well, it's like, dude, you get a brand new knife, you fucking sharpen it, and then it's no longer brand new and it's atrocious. And then I can no longer look at it or use it.
Yeah, right. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted.
Like I said, I paid $130 just to get a version of the Arius that has a deeper choil.
Wait a minute. Now I want to look at mine. Are you gonna ruin my Arius for me too? What the fuck?
The original before they changed the choil, it was fine. It was not
fine,
terrible.
but it's better now.
Oh, no,
I don't have the updated choil.
So I have a Gen 2 or a Gen 3. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it's got that old flipper tab
and the little dinky
now,
choil.
To be fair, because does it still have an internal stop pin? It does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can make the choil deeper yourself. Like
Okay. Well, I can't because I'll ruin it, but one of you
Well,
can. Great.
Someone could. Yeah, Richie could. I could. Yeah. So it's not. It's fixable. But yeah, I just like that. Like it came like that factory, and I'm just like that makes me happy. So I paid $130 extra just to have the Gen 10 over the Gen 9.
To
I
be
had a
fair,
Gen
Even though
9.
it would have taken 2 seconds to do it yourself.
I
Well,
got
now I do
this-
it myself. Like recently, I've been doing it. Like I did it on the Imamba, right? I did it on the Shiro.
It
like,
looks
making
good.
it-
Dude, the Imamba looks good with the bigger choil. It looks really good.
It's actually comfortable choking up too. But yeah, the Shiro also
Nice.
better choil.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like I need it. It's not optional for me. It's and that's something that a lot of designers are resistant to because they're like it looks bad, and I'm like, when do you see
Smile
collectors
looks
complain
worse.
about it? Yeah,
Yes.
Smile like
Yep.
and
Yep.
here's
It makes
another
it look cheap.
have you ever heard any collector ever say, I wish my knife smiled? It doesn't smile, so I don't want it. Have you ever heard it? That's my argument. The
No.
fact that I've never heard a single person, despite all the crazy people who are in this world, not one person I've heard say, my knife doesn't smile, so I don't want it. It has to smile or I don't want it. Right? So that the fact that there's not one person who thinks that way to me is reason enough to like get rid of smiles. So that's me. What about you, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, you guys like checked it all off, man. Here's one. Other than the hidden hardware, mine are like bougie ass fucking complaints. Pocket clip, like borderline unusable pocket clips.
Oh, that's actually a problem. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Get rid
That's a
of
good
them,
one.
dude. There's no fucking reason that in 2023 we should have pocket clips that won't go into like a thin. I wear skinny ass fucking painted on jeans, right? I'm a scrawny boy. I'm a little twig person. My jean pockets are like 2 microns thick, right? There's no reason I can't get a fucking pocket knife in that goddamn pocket. It irks me to no end. I get a new knife in, and I'll be so pumped. I'll be like, hell yeah, I'm carrying this to work on Monday. And, oh, well, no, never mind. No, I'm not, because I can't get it in my fucking pocket. Drives me nuts.
Yeah, Tucson did those pocket clips. Okay, so
Unusable.
it wasn't a ceramic ball. It was the tie, but it was shaped in the shape of a ball.
It was horrendous.
like,
And then all the Tucsons with that clip that I have heavily textured handles, too. And there's no flat
And high
on the handle.
tension. The tension is crazy too.
Oh, it's stupid. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
dumb.
god.
So that's a big one for me. That's a big one for me.
Another
Bad
thing that
clips.
Richie explained to me is that the ramp being flat versus hollow makes a big difference. Like the flat ramp on a Koenig Aries is super nice getting in and out of pocket, but when it's hollow right here, it's like harder to like actually get it in.
yeah,
and out.
hollow ramps are terrible.
What do you mean?
So see how like the part where it goes in, where your pocket first touches the clip, is flat.
Yes. Oh, so
Right?
mine
So it
comes
goes
to
your-
like a point.
So
So
this portion right here.
Yeah, that part is.
So
is
it
flat.
can be flat like this, or it can dip inwards.
Oh,
to come-
interesting. I got you.
And the dipped ones do not work as well.
Yeah,
just-
they're
No.
very bad.
That's why every
Interesting.
like so. And if you look at like the Oz Roosevelt, it's actually concave, which is
Yeah,
even better.
rounded, which makes sense. It lets the material
Yeah.
pass through smoother. Makes
Mhm.
sense.
So that's another thing. Like I'm so picky. God, why am I like this? I'm like every knife I own has to be perfect in every way, or I get so mad. Like
Well, that's why you only have 6, dude.
I no, I don't even have 6. I have 1, 2. I have 3. The 3 of my knives are just handles: the bug out handle, the 940 handle, and the Deca scales. I don't even have blades in these, so they don't even count yet. I literally only have the Koenig Aries, the Oz Roosevelt, and the Imamba. That's it. That's all I have right now.
I mean, what else does a man need? You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm pretty happy to be honest, but you know.
You
But I
seem
still bought the
happy.
drifter because I needed something to be. I needed to look forward to something in the mail, or I can't live.
I get it. No, trust me, I get it, dude.
I'm so numb to getting new knives. Like,
Really?
I'm
'Cause
so
every new
numb
knife-
to it.
Every new knife for you is like work usually, and you're like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
but what about
I
your
get to
personal
handle
knives?
so many things.
I guess that's fair, but like, oh yeah, I can see that. When I used to do regrinds, I used to handle a lot of knives, and I got more numb to it. But now that I don't, I'm back in it, baby. I'm here.
I'm in it, baby. So what we want new, or not new interesting locks, but the existing locks just done better, done right, better detents on like scorpion locks and stuff like that, and shark locks and shit like that. What else? What else?
No, the
like, do we
scorpion
want-
lock needs to go away permanently.
Yeah, Richie doesn't like the scorpion lock at all.
What's the scorpion
Oh,
lock?
here's a
Which
good one.
is
Here's
that?
a good one.
The 80-15 lock.
80-15.
Oh, yeah.
The one where like
Sorry.
you push the. But here's a good one. What do you guys think about multi-deployment knives? Like that have like 3 different deployment methods all in
Yes.
one.
More
Oh
piece.
yeah, the front flipper thing needs to go away and never come back.
What? What?
It's
What?
terrible.
What?
It doesn't work. It literally doesn't work.
But when it does, it's so satisfying. What do you mean?
But
It
when
doesn't?
does it work?
Yeah,
But when does it work? What's the knife that works on?
The Kunwu Tau and the Kumu S Tau.
No.
It
But
works great.
So it works as well as a dedicated flipper or front flipper?
I would say as well. Yeah.
No, no way.
You know
What do
what
you
it
mean?
is?
No way.
This
You
is
know what it is?
blasphemy.
You know why
What?
he likes triple deployment because he's tri-state. That's what it is. He's biased.
Ah, it makes sense.
Look,
Because like here's my thing. Okay, so when you have a knife that has a front flipper and a back flipper, I notice when I use the back flipper,
the front flipper gets in the way.
hits me. Yeah, the front flipper hits, and then when I use the front flipper, the back flipper pinches me,
Yep.
and it makes me
Spot
so
on.
mad every time. Like if a knife pinches me one time, I have bad memories of getting pinched. Because like those annoying kids in school who would pinch you, it pisses me off. So just the feeling of being pinched makes me so mad. And I'm just like, I did not buy this knife to be reminded of school.
It comes from
To be
childhood
reminded
trauma.
of school, it triggers them. It triggers them. The PTSD
real.
kicks in.
And like, here's the last thing: is that detents need to be tuned for a specific opening mechanism. It's some detents, like the Imamba. Like I think the Imamba is tuned for a thumb stud.
Yeah, but it
So-
doesn't have them.
Yeah, so I added thumb studs, and now it's great. But anyway, the point is that like on the flipper, it was weak though, right? So a detent cannot be perfect for all 3 mechanisms. It's gonna be
Yeah.
better for 1 or 2. And I noticed that when I get a triple deployment knife, I always only use like 2 of them. There's always one that's like the odd one out that I don't.
Well,
like.
okay. All right. I gotta be honest with you before we wrap up.
Mm.
Yeah, for me, no matter how many deployment methods there are, I gotta be honest with you. Like 90% of the time, I reverse flick it. Almost always.
Yep. Me too.
Almost always.
And also, here's another thing: the front flipper thing, it can take away from the design massively.
Oh,
Yeah, I get it.
aesthetically,
It's
yeah.
either
Yeah.
it doesn't quite work right or it looks
It's like,
ridiculous.
why is there 2 things
Yeah.
sticking out of the
It'll
top of the
literally be
knife?
like one here and one here.
You
Yeah,
see that new
yeah.
Voss Steed? The new Voss Steed where there's like 3 pimples
Yeah,
sticking out?
dude.
It's like-
It literally, it's like this, man. It's ridiculous.
yeah, it just looks like aesthetics matter too, right? So like
For
it
sure.
ruins the lines of the knife when it's closed. Like anyway, that's just me. I don't
Hot
like
takes.
the
Hot takes to wrap up episode 2, dude. Jesus Christ.
We're just going in on these knife trends. Like this sucks. This sucks.
feel
hey,
kinda
last
bad.
one for you, Cole. What do you think about the trend of button locks failing all over the place lately?
Look, I went through after the whole button lock gate. I went through my collection, and the one that started it was the raccoon, the Vosti raccoon.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tested
yeah.
mine. I physically cannot fail it. I
That's
was
good to
literally,
hear, actually.
whole
That's
arm whacking that fucking thing on my table on like the leather pad. Wouldn't move an inch. But then all of my Kaisers
button
failed
gate?
immediately. All the Kaiser button locks failed, like with
Wait,
the
really?
lightest pressure. Yeah,
For real?
all of them, every single one.
That is wow. That's crazy. Because people
But at the
praise
same
those like
time,
crazy.
when am I gonna spine whack a fucking button lock? I didn't buy a button lock to hard use it, so
Yeah, like 5 out of 6 Hoback sumos that I had in all failed.
Oh, but those are holdbacks. That's expected.
But
yeah.
I did grab a bunch of like budget liner locks, and like I would say half of them failed with a spine whack. So
So the reason that's what Kev said too. He said half of his button locks failed too.
Well, he
No, I
said
said
half of his
liner
liner
locks.
locks also.
Oh wow. No, the reason I care about spine wax is because I cut myself really bad once. I had a Kaiser Gemini, which is ironic. That's also a Kaiser. I had a Kaiser Gemini liner lock, Vanguard series, and I was just turning around, right? Because like my mom called my name.
oh, did you bump
I
it?
turned around and the back of the knife, the spine hit a metal bar, and then it closed on my finger and cut me really bad. So I wasn't trying.
What a
to
way to
hard
go,
use it.
dude!
I wasn't trying to hard use it.
That's
It
funny.
just happened sometimes because I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings. And the point of a lock is to protect you from shit like that, right?
Right.
So it failed me, right? So to me, it does matter. Like light spine wax, like I'm not saying you beat on it, but I just turned around really quickly, hit it against something one time, and it just closed on
Yeah,
my
that's
finger.
bad.
I wish I
That's
could have
bad.
seen that. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
so
horrible
to me-
luck, dude.
Yeah, so to me, like light spine wax are definitely a legitimate test. And knives should not be failing that. So
That's valid.
anyway-
So locks that work, add that to the list.
locks that work and are new and are better. Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
easy. Just check that off the list. We're good to go. Well, what an episode. What a way to wrap up episode 2. After all the stress and all of the, the cursing that happened here after my computer exploded, it's nice to know we got a baller episode out of this. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. Anything you'd like to say in closing? A word of
I love
prayer.
everyone.
Please don't have your computer break for next episode.
We've been
We'll
recording for
definitely
3 hours
record it
now.
in
Yeah.
like 30-minute chunks to be safe next time.
Yeah,
like we
I
did
gotta
this
go
time.
eat dinner, dude. I'm so hungry. I'm done.
Go eat dinner. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Be sure to sub to this and to the other channel and to every channel and to find us on Spotify and on Amazon Music. If anybody uses that, find us there. I'm working on Google Podcasts, but Apple Music is out of. It's just not going to happen. So sorry, Apple users. Suck a fat one. They're gatekeeping.
If he had an Apple computer, it wouldn't have crashed.
Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye, everybody.